All right, we'll do a quick sound check and then see how everything sound as well. Got a pretty spread out office today.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing their own thing, but I want to welcome everybody coming back for this week's Coffee with Kyan. It's actually kind of funny angle looking at this. I think all of us look a little shrunk, but welcome back.
I always look shrunk. Thank you.
Anybody heard that implied meaning that she's short?
Yes.
So, Lennys, welcome back.
Thank you.
How long have you been back to the U.S.?
This is the end of my second week back.
Goodness, how are you doing with jet lag and all?
I got it together over the weekend. Yeah, like the first week back was ridiculous. Like,
I bet.
So ridiculous. It's 6 hours ahead over in Rome. So, like the jet lag was serious.
Wow. So most of you have not had the moment or a chance to catch up on previous episodes. Let's start with a little bit introduction about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Lanise Wafford, INFOR specialist here at IT Works. This is my 6th month here as an INFOR specialist, and prior to this I had hospitality staffing experience, which brought me over here to IT Works.
Who brought you from there to? Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. Been living in Atlanta, Georgia the last 2.5 years, and yeah.
Any shout outs to anybody who's back in Indiana?
Yes, to my family, my sisters, Kimberly and Nicole. I think they're watching, they shared it, so.
Nice. Oh yeah, I saw Kimberly actually.
Yes.
Thanks, Kimberly. Appreciate it. And Lenny's been a big inspiration, I think, for me.
Thank you.
And then especially the past, I think 8 months we know each other.
Yeah.
Over December. 8 months probably, yeah, right before December. So you see that the tremendous growth that you have. So you're being a busy gal.
Yes.
So tell us about what you have been the past few months.
Yeah, so I basically was not here the entire month of July. Started out the month, I actually went home first, went to Indianapolis to visit my family for a few days because I knew I was going to be really busy going across the country and out of the country. So I spent the whole second week of July in New York for INFORUM 2017, which was actually extremely informative, really great. If you were there and I had a chance to meet you, like it was really great meeting you. It was great getting to see people face to face because, on average, I'm just on the phone or, at best on LinkedIn seeing people. So
that's great.
It's cool to see people in person.
And know that INFOR also had a chance to interview on site as well. That was super cool video with your singing and dancing. And
yeah, that's super
Shall we not mention his name?
Yeah, no. Yes, they had me sing some Bruno Mars a little bit, but it was really cool seeing him in person too, because that's a concert that I've kind of always been interested in seeing. He's a great entertainer, so that was pretty cool. But
because I told you that he was I went to his very first concert when he was back in 2010, I believe, out of Utah Valley University. He played at this little stadium, a little less than 800 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his very first concert, and then Janelle Monáe opened for him.
That's crazy.
So that was crazy. Janelle has always been a bigger name.
That's
I'm speaking with our first-name basis, like I really know her, but. I always thought that she was a bigger name than him already at that time.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's number one hit song at that time was Just the Way You Are. So, yeah, that's a beautiful song, and I think it's down to very genuineness about everything that he does. I think transpiring his music. I think that's kind of, not to make it more corny, connection. That's how I always have felt about you. And then you have this very genuine personality as well that a lot of area very refined, a lot of area for future growth, but you are a wholesome person. So I think that we'll probably use that as an angle, talk a little bit more about what you have learned specifically and grow that within INFOR / Lawson / S3M3. Tell us about your journey a little bit from where you started to INFOR.
Yeah. So when I initially got here, I had never even heard of the INFOR market, didn't know what it was. So it was intimidating, definitely, at first to come in and try to learn all of this jargon and be able to talk to these professionals.
I'm sure your candidates and clients are probably pretty shocked.
Yeah. So it definitely was like a very high learning curve. Definitely had a lot of research I had to do when I first got here. but it, started out specifically within Lawson, learning about that side. S3, being able to talk to people, understand what they do, and just get more and more confident in it. And as time has gone on, like now I feel extremely confident being able to talk to developers, analysts, whoever in the market, clients, about what their needs are and what they're looking for future career growth.
How they do it.
Exactly. So it was really just about not letting the intimidation take over and thinking that, oh, well, I don't know how to do this stuff, and I don't understand coding and all that. But it really is just about understanding your market and the people that are in it and where they're looking to go more than anything.
So your expectation going to INFORUM, what was your mindset? Because I know we have an episode talking about, but at that time was so many things going on. What was your expectation before you entered INFORUM 2017?
My expectation was just thinking that I was going to go there, and I know it was way bigger than I expected it to be. There were a lot of people there, people from places I had never even heard of before. So it was really cool to see how big INFOR is and also how impactful it was. They are really on top of it. I enjoy working with INFOR.
It's crazy. There are so many campaigns going right now. We saw the collaboration with Nike and also the team specifically. I think that the news hit the media, I think, this week. Lots of exciting stuff going on.
I just shared that. That's
see,
cool looking.
with INFOR all over the place. So I think that there's always a lot of things. Obviously, that type in the mainstream, how the news was deliberated, how it was distributed. Obviously, that it all had that ripple effect. So walking through the INFOR in 2017, what's your feedback about the experience?
I love how, and this is gonna sound cheesy, but it's just like people there were really friendly, really open to talk about what they do and why they love working with INFOR, and I've said this a couple times already when people have asked me about the trip, but it's just like I love the fact that they presented INFOR Coleman, which is basically dedicated to Katherine Coleman Johnson. If you've seen Hidden Figures, that she was the black woman that helped the mathematicians out with being able to get the first man on the moon from America. So that dedication to her really showed me the heart behind INFOR and like the people that work for it, the people that believe in it, and it really it really grew my love for working within the market. So
that's good. And having that thorough understanding, especially the history behind it and how it all worked. That must have been a very powerful message.
Yeah, it was. The family of Catherine was there, and like everybody had a standing ovation for him. That was pretty cool.
That's great. And ended obviously on the high note of Bruno Mars.
That was really fun.
Wow. So I know that you have another trip planned after that. So tell us about what you did.
So like 2 days later, turned around and got with 28 other young people from my church called Victory World Church, young adult ministry called Fusion. We all got together and went to Rome, Italy. And that was a 15-day trip that we were on. So it was extremely taxing. Didn't realize how much 15 days could take out of you, but it's definitely a life-changing
15 days is a long time. I know you and I haven't had a chance to even connect about what you have done. Just walk us through that whole preparation to going process and what you did.
Yeah, so this is my first time both out of the country and on a mission trip.
Oh my goodness.
So going there, I had no idea what to expect. And we were actually going as part of an organization called Jesus Revolution, which they had an entire plan set out for us, and we were just along for the ride, pretty much.
Okay.
But getting there, and we were amongst over 600 people, ages as young as I think 13, all the way up to, I want to say, about 35, 36 years old.
Okay.
So just being amongst over 25 different nations of people,
That's amazing.
The Americans were the minority. I think it was only probably like 32 Americans out of the 600. So it was definitely an interesting experience to be amongst so many different
What were
cultures.
some of the primary languages that you use? Obviously, communication will be a key of how everybody, you get 600 plus people that sharing one vision and goal to accomplish so many things.
Yeah, so primarily Italian. There was a lot of Spanish. I met a lot of people from Norway, but there wasn't a lot of Norwegian spoken. But yeah, it was so many different languages spoken.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Were you in Rome the whole time, the whole 15 days?
Yeah, we went all across the city of Rome.
That's fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So you must know the city fairly well.
By now, yeah. All these little bus tickets I have from the trip. So many different places that we saw.
Nice. So walk us through your journey. I know you brought a few things you want to share with everybody as well.
Yeah, so essentially out of this over 600 of us that were there, we were broken off into different groups, and unbeknownst to the Americans, like we had to learn a dance. And so we went out on the streets of Rome every night for a week, did a flash mob where we did the dance that we learned, and spoke to the people on the streets. I was able myself to share my testimony on the streets of Rome. So it was definitely out of my comfort zone, but it's something that I'll remember forever as like a moment that I was able to break some walls down in my life. So it was really encouraging to, especially being with younger people, to see like 13, 14, 15-year-olds having more boldness than you, being able to go to speak to people that are 3 times their age and just, share with them what their heart is. So it's pretty cool.
It's hard because everybody's at different stages of their time, and want to actually truly do this, going through this process, it takes a lot of personality, takes a lot of emotional, physical investment, I think, out of a person.
Yeah.
And to engage in something that is potentially powerful. So,
yeah, it was
wow.
Very, very powerful. We learned a lot. We pushed our bodies. There was one day we walked 12 miles. Well, I myself at least walked 12 miles. So it tested pretty much everything in me, from my faith to my physical, to my mental, emotional. In the first couple of days, I didn't think I was cut out for the trip, because I didn't know what to expect when I got there. So it was very heavy, but it was also, like I said, life-changing, and I will forever remember everything that happened on that trip.
Wow. So thank you for the mug. I totally love that. I'm using it every day, actually, especially during our afternoon planning session. So this will be featured here for quite some time. I know that you have a few souvenirs you want to introduce about. What are these few things? Yeah.
So this right here, I don't know if Jocelyn is watching, but she was my team lead in my group. And it says "Champion Forever." It has stars all over it. So,
does this stand for anything specific?
I don't think the stars do, but it just a reminder that just to be a champion forever. And,
that's very cool.
Be victorious everything that you do. Also went to a beloved European store that I found out about called Pull&Bear. They're kind of they reminded me of Urban Outfitters, but at like a much better price point. So we were actually, our hotel it was like 5-minute walking distance from the mall, so kind of got us in trouble being over there. So
when in Rome.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of us overpacked basically on the way back there to America. So.
That's exciting. So how much sightseeing did you get to see as well in Rome? You got so many signature, memorable spots.
Of course, the Colosseum. Got to be able to go inside, and it's just mind-blowing that a structure that was built over 2,000 years ago is still standing.
Wow.
The seats are non-existent at this point, but I mean, you can still go in, walk around. It was amazing. Saw that. saw the Pantheon, the big hole in the ceiling, in the center of the ceiling. Saw the Spanish Steps and the Trevi Fountain. So this was all in one day that we saw this. We just went as a group.
Well, you guys
on
been really
our
busy
first
the
couple
whole
of
time.
days.
Yeah.
And we were just able to explore the city and see like the infrastructure. The history is super rich. It almost looks like everything has been preserved. Nothing has changed since it was originally built. So
use that one day basically to do the touristy things.
Yeah. And then we also got to visit a lot of the local spots too. We went to the beach. It's Ostia, just outside of Rome, but still considered Rome, I guess. But like it's a lot of locals that go there. It's not really a touristy spot, so we even got to see some of the like hidden treasures of Rome, which was pretty cool.
That's very cool. So what kind of connections did you build over the 600 plus?
Yeah, a lot of connections with people that I would have never met if I wasn't on this particular trip. People from Czech Republic, people from Norway, Austria. Like we've maintained a friendship on social media, so
that's cool.
Being able to
so they'll probably be watching this too.
Hopefully, hello if you're there. People from Spain. It was an awesome experience. I don't think I will ever be around that many different cultures at one time.
What have you picked up language-wise?
I kept thinking in Spanish when I was there.
Really?
My team lead, Jocelyn, she's from Spain. So she was speaking to us in Spanish a lot, and we had a translator. So I ended up thinking in Spanish a lot, and it was kind of weird. Like just words that I had learned like in middle school and high school, like were coming back to my memory. So that was interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything you want to say to the 600 plus connection that you have made?
Hello, and a special hello to the America team from Fusion. We're like family now, because we were so close over that couple weeks. So definitely shout out to them. My roommates, Johanna and Siobhan, definitely got really close to them over the 2 weeks. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I've been very looking forward to hear you talk about all of these, especially the details about what you did, and then it's really those are the lifetime memories.
Yeah.
Even if you go back, repeat, it will never be the same because people may be different, maybe a different location, different structure. It's the memories that you can go back and revisit.
Definitely. I'll never forget.
Yeah. So now what else is on? What moving forward? Now you've been here for a few weeks, adjusting back to life in America, back in Atlanta, and then looking at working with the entire market with INFOR Lawson throughout the North America.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon for Lennys?
Yeah, so coming back, I think I just have an entire mindset change when it comes to relationship building and whatnot. I definitely feel more confident and a bit more boldness being able to approach people that I've never met before, being able to talk to people about their lives and what they want to do and what they're interested in. I had that before, but it's just on a totally different level now. So.
Well, you're quite a different person than a few months ago than when we first started talking to you about. Lots of breakthrough moments. I'm excited to see you keep blossoming in many different areas.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Good. So, anybody have any question for Lennys? Please help us comment if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. We're also venturing in several different other areas as well, so you're going to see all the Coffee Kyan episodes coming in the near future in the different ventures and outlets. Any question you have for us, please also contact Lennys. Our number is 678-291-0081. Anything you want to share with anybody else that was watching this program?
Yeah, anybody that has been supporting the entire time, or you're just now tuning in, definitely want to thank anyone that contributed to my trip, that had me in their thoughts and prayers before going on this mission trip. Thank you to anybody that I was able to connect with at INFORUM. Definitely look forward to building that connection further. And that's pretty much it.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Kyan. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.